So Chels is one of my favorite people, favorite clients, just honestly so amazing. We worked together at Microsoft
We did.
how many years ago?
10.
Has it been that long? Oh my God. It actually has though.
It
Yeah.
actually has, I think, like
Yeah.
eight, maybe nine, like a long time ago.
So wild. So we are going to talk about Chelsea's fitness journey and life journey inside of Lively, but I just want to say something first about her, you guys. I remember when I was working at Microsoft and I was trying to learn my role and get good at my job, and somebody recommended, it was Larry or somebody recommended that I talk to you. I don't remember what it
Right,
was.
Larry?
I know. Hi, Larry. So I went into your office and I remember sitting down and just being so impressed with how put together you were and how on top of things and smart
Mhm.
and professional and just like you'd come straight out of business school and I really looked up to you and was like, wow, like if I want to be really good at this job, I get to be like her.
Oh, thank you.
So,
That
yeah,
was a fun role. We definitely had a lot of fun in that role, like bringing on candidates, and it was a dream job. Yeah.
it was fun. Yeah. So, let's get into it.
Let's do it. Let's talk about fitness.
Let's talk about it. All right. So, Chels, just tell us a little bit about you. Where are you from? How
Yeah.
old are you? Where do you live? Give us a little bio.
Yes. Okay. So my name is Chelsey. I'm from a Seattle suburb called Snoqualmie. It's a great spot to live. I'm 36 years old now. How did that happen? And wow. And I have two kids, and so that's also impacted my fitness journey quite a lot. I do own a business as well, and so that impacts, your whole fitness journey too.
Yes.
So happy to dive in wherever you want to.
Cool. Love it. Okay. So before you joined Lively, and this was, oh my gosh, when did you even join? Because we've had a couple different journeys over the last few years. Was it
Mhm.
2022?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe the end of 2022.
Yeah. And I remember you messaging me and being like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
What was that moment for you? Do you remember what?
Well, yeah. So I had been on an adult fitness journey for a while, on my own, with no guidance. I was no kind of athlete as a child or in high school or college or anything. And I had started my own fitness journey um, the year that I left university. And I had been progressively paying more attention to fitness, paying more attention to how people work out, watching people really closely, but I had no one was helping me, no training. And so when I started to watch you start this role and pour your heart and soul into it and watch your changes in your own body and watch the way that's impacted your health and your life, I knew that I had such a mutual respect for you, and I wanted to um see how your journey could impact mine, if that makes sense in terms of health and fitness. So that's when
Yeah.
I was like, hey, maybe I should join with you. And
Hmm.
that's when it
Yep.
happened.
Yep. Feel so lucky that you did.
Mhm.
Where were you at with your fitness before joining Lively? Like how are things different for you in your body, in your mind before you joined?
Mhm. Yeah. I think um different fitness wise, I was just grasping at straws. Like I would go to random workout classes with friends, pay attention to what they were doing. I did a ton of cardio. That was the time when everyone was doing so much cardio. I feel like all the running groups and everything. And I
Right.
joined, ran a half marathon and felt really proficient in being able to my cardio ability, basically,
Yeah.
ability to jog, run, things like that. But then
Hmm.
I was ready for the next step, I think.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. What was your biggest challenge that you were facing in your fitness journey before you joined Lively?
It was disorganized. There was no method to my madness. sometimes, you know, if I wanted to go for a run, I would just go for a run, which is great and something I still
Mhm.
do on occasion, but
Mhm.
there was no overall plan. There
Mhm.
was no, you know, nothing for me to stick to, if that makes sense. So going to those random workout classes, hitting the office gym when I could, I mean, just really spotty and disorganized is how I would describe it.
Right, which is not your style.
Yeah, now that you say it, that's probably why working with you works so well for me because I love being organized and having a plan, and that's something that you provide to us.
Yeah, definitely. And with the classes and working out, doing more social workouts with friends and whatnot, like had that era and I love it and it's so fun. And I will say, like, Class Pass is just the best time.
Yeah.
CrossFit, so fun. Like, all of that's great. But how did your body change from doing those style of workouts, social with friends, classes, cardio, to what you do now?
Right. So you and I work a lot together on strength. I mean, you do recommend some of those cardio elements as well. But in terms of a body change, there has been, um, you know, definite tone, definite ability to lift heavier weights. My confidence in my own body has never been higher. I've always liked my body. I've never been ashamed of my body or anything, but since working with you, I feel at home in my body. I know how my body works. I know what inputs lead to what outputs. And I think
Mm,
that's the biggest change.
yeah, super cool. I love it. Do you fit in your clothes differently now, or
Yes,
how has that
absolutely.
changed?
So my sizing has never changed. I've never
Okay.
actually gone down a size or up a size since being an adult. But the way my clothes change has
Mm,
or fit has definitely changed. So, I mean, I think everyone can relate to the feeling of um, kind of I don't know, like being right at the maybe the max of your size, and like maybe the jeans just like you just gotta suck it in just a little bit to button them
yeah.
or something like that. Which
God.
is no big. I've been there a number of times, especially after kids and everything.
Yeah.
But with this working with you, I just feel like the clothes lay better, they fit better, and
Mhm.
also my attitude in them is better. So I'm more confident when I wear clothes and I can style. It feels easier to style things too. Does that?
Mm.
I'm
Love.
sure that's how you feel too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so funny though. I am actually at that max place with some of my jeans right now.
I it comes and goes for sure, but
It does, and
yeah.
jeans specifically are those ones that, like, really tell the truth because they're so
Yes.
rigid. I know. I'm wearing pajamas on the bottom right now, you know. But, yeah, it is a totally different feel, especially in how pants of any kind
Mhm.
feel and fit on you. When you've got a booty too, it kinda holds your pants
Yeah.
up, which is nice.
Yes.
But
Totally.
so fun. I love seeing the changes in you and your body inside out. It's
Yeah.
been very gratifying. So, what were you looking to accomplish by joining Lively?
Um, being the strongest that I've ever been.
Mm,
And I think we've been on this journey together. I mean, you turned me the strongest I've ever been, and now the marker just keeps moving like a little bit farther out.
yeah,
So that's my goal is just to be the strongest, best version of myself that I can be.
yeah, it's so good. I'm super excited for your new workouts this week, by the way. Have you sampled them yet?
Yeah. So yes, I went and got an Olympic barbell.
Barbell.
Yeah. And
Mm,
oh my goodness, it was not easy to get downstairs, but
mm,
it
bet.
happened and it's definitely heavy. So, for those of you who might be watching this, um, Mar customizes your workouts. Mar and her team customize your workouts. And so they customize them based on what equipment you have in your home. And so this week we decided that it was time to buy a little bit of more workout equipment. So I had single dumbbells, but now ready for the bar. And so went out and purchased that. And now it has unlocked new workouts for me. And that's what Mar was referring to. And so, yes, I did do hamstrings this morning with the bar.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. It hurt,
Yay.
but it was in a good way.
Yeah, you're just gonna unlock a whole new level of soreness with that too.
Yeah, yeah.
But you'll get used to it. I'm so excited for your barbell. Yay. Oh, a whole new chapter.
Whole new chapter.
All right. What would you say have been some of your biggest successes going through Lively? Some of your just
Mm,
biggest breakthroughs and wins?
okay. There are three. One is I literally am my strongest and I feel my strongest. So that's one huge win.
Yeah.
Another one is that I had no foundational knowledge of nutrition and fitness and strength fitness, especially before working with you. And now I have the knowledge that I need to change my body for the better and change my life for the better
Mhm.
because nutrition and fitness directly impact my ability to be a good mom, to
Yeah.
show up at work. Without those things, I am fractional at those other roles. And I think spending the time to put myself first, both with nutrition, which is a huge part of our program, and then strength training has honestly kept me sane in the past year or two, which have been especially crazy. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's been a big one. And then I think three is just the organization with which I approach my well-being. So as part of Lively, we track all kinds of things. Water intake, steps, nutrition, your weights, all of that stuff. And I think the organization with which we approach the inputs that go in and then which lead to really good outputs. That organization has been game changing for my life. And that also spills over to other things too. Like that kind of just encourages you to track other areas of your life that you
Mhm.
want to get better into. So
Yeah,
it's been great.
totally. Dude, when you talk about inputs, outputs, it gets me going. It gets my
Yes.
engine revving. You just sound like Hormozy over here. Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Love it. I'm super celebrating your wins, Chels. And I know there's been so many other little ones as well, but those three big ones are freaking huge.
I think
And yeah.
also the mental stability that it brings as well. Just tracking both the putting in good food to your body and also moving your body.
Mhm.
I fell off the track sometime in November, December, right?
Yeah, late November.
Yeah. And I called Mar and I was like, I just, I don't know, but I'm off track. And she was like, it's okay. It's all good. Take a deep breath. And I challenge you to move your body every day in December. Even though we had our plan set up, y'all, I had really fallen off course here. Not and so Mar just helped put me back on the course. She gave me a huge pep talk. She was like, "You've got it. Move your body, put good things into your body, and everything mentally will come back together too." And you were right. As soon as I started moving my body and putting better things into my body again, everything came right back on track for me, stress wise, and all, for other areas of my life. And so, working with Mar and her team, they'll like give you those pep talks that you need to just sometimes you fall off and someone needs to pick you back up. And I know for so many of us, like we're the ones doing the picking up of other people in our lives.
Mhm.
Like I I'm doing the kids, doing the family, doing all picking up for the company, like all these things. And no one is, I mean, like so to speak, no one is like, hey, Chelsea, you've got it. Like you're having a hard day. No big deal. You just like get back on track and you're going to start to feel better. And so for Mar to be part of that support system is just, um, I don't know what I would do without her.
Mm, goes both ways, girl.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful to have you in my world. And
Yeah.
I feel like it happens, even when you hire a coach. Like there are
Yeah.
times those times when
It just happened.
you get in a rut, you get in a funk, you come back from vacation, you have to find a new
Yeah.
groove. You go through seasonal changes and big shifts in your life, and you have to change with the change around you and your environment. So, um, yeah, if you're on my roster and I'm thinking about you and I'm not hearing from you, dude, I'll call you.
Yeah.
I'm not above going to somebody's house. Like,
Yeah.
I will I will get you back up.
But that's what having a coach is all about. It's
Yeah.
someone come and boost you when maybe you can't boost yourself that day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
It's so good.
Lively has been one of the best choices I've made with my money and my time. And if anyone asks why my biceps don't look good, I'm like, well, you got to go talk to Mara and be part of Lively.
I want to see those biceps,
I
girl.
don't, they're not in this shirt. It's still a little chilly here.
I know, I know. Springing, but not fully yet.
Yeah,
All right. I love it. How are you feeling, physically and,
great.
with your fitness now?
Really good. I think one of the reasons why I continue to feel so good, even after a couple of years on your roster, is because you change it up. And it's not the same, it doesn't get boring, it doesn't get stale. I feel like once I really master a set of workouts or master some new lifts I've never done before, then it's on to something new. And so it's a progressive journey. It's about getting better and better. And so I think you just asked, like, how do I feel now? I feel better than ever, just because every day you and I work toward like 1% improvement,
Yeah.
which is huge.
Yep. How does this vary from how you were feeling before you started the program mentally and physically?
Hmm. Um, I think it just has to do with the confidence with how I approach my fitness journey and how I approach nutrition. Um, yeah, I think those two are that's really the biggest thing is my
Mhm.
knowledge has allowed me to feel the confidence um,
Yeah.
in those areas.
Yeah, so cool. How is your diet different than it was before?
Oh my gosh, it's so different. Uh, we could go for days about this, Mark. This is something Laura and I even work on, in our calls today. I think this might be a lifelong journey, honestly, at this point.
Yeah.
But before Lively, I was not eating enough protein by any stretch of the imagination. I think, Mar, before you got me at all, I might have been like 30 or 40 grams a day, like a max. I just didn't like eating protein, and it was
Yeah.
like I hadn't found options that felt good to me yet. And when
Great.
we started working together and you have different options and different resources we can go use to find the proteins that feel good in our bodies and feel good for us to make and prep and all those good things, um, that yeah, that's a huge deal. It's huge in the way my body looks, feels, the way my brain functions.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it's big. And then I used to eat a lot of fat, which is not a bad thing, but brought that down a little bit and it kind of helps with the tone.
Hmm.
And then in terms of food, really it's all about whole real foods. And that's something we talk about a lot. Like, of course do your like tasty additions or whatever, but the more real meat you can put in your body, the more real veggies and fruits, like just the better off you're gonna be. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
helps.
you know so much now that, you could like almost coach it. You were like one of the longest standing people on my roster.
No, but it has in also just like the cascading effect of like my knowledge on the people around me, right? Like think of how differently my children eat now
Yeah.
because of you imparting that knowledge to me. And think about how like I speak about my body differently. I speak about
Yeah.
nutrition differently to them. And think about how those impacts will go with them until they're old. Like
So crazy.
that's so big. Like what I'm telling them, what you're telling me,
Yeah.
will be impacting them for their whole lives. And
Like
that's,
multi-generations.
yes. And just the way that I hear my daughter even talking about her body. She's like, look how strong I look. And it's like, yes, that's exactly what we hope to hear. Or, hey, mom, I think I need a little protein right now. I feel cranky. Like, that's like, it's just so cool for them to, they repeat what you say. And so for my family, that's been really big too, learning about these things.
That's really cool. That's a question I've never really asked before. It's like I know that there's a ripple effect out from us as women investing in ourselves, as mothers investing in ourselves, but also like, you know, do you notice that your kids have more energy than they did before, or do they seem
Mhm.
like does
Well, they
their
were pretty little when we started, so not really, but
Mm.
I think my knowledge just goes straight to them. So it helps them better understand nutrition. That's not something I got an understanding of till I was like 30. So
Right.
for them to have that understanding at 7, like think
Yeah.
of how much more knowledge they can get by the time they're 30. So
Yeah,
that ripple effect is really, really big.
it is. Yeah, that's so cool. I love that. Lucky kiddos.
Yeah, no way. Lucky because of you too. And just like the strength too, like they see me working out, they see me putting that as a priority. And I hope for them that that sticks with them for their whole lives too, because that'll just make their whole life better, especially as
Yeah.
they age and get older. And
Yeah, absolutely. I hope so too. I
yeah,
bet it will.
yeah.
What other skills have you gained going through Lively? I mean, you're like a lifter now.
Kind of. Um,
Mm.
gosh, what other skills?
Any like mindset stuff or
Oh, mindset.
regulation?
Mindset's a really big one. A big part of Lively is focusing on mindset and focusing on the goals that you have or the manifestation of what you want to be in your future.
Yeah.
And we spend time talking about that because nutrition and fitness and strength feed right into that, play right into your mindset.
Yeah.
And so we do take the time to talk about those goals, whether they're business goals or personal goals or relationship goals. Um, and I don't know how to like to say, I don't know if it's like what I've learned or just a difference. Like it's a steadiness in the mental
Mhm.
state, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Having the foundation for my body leads to a stronger foundation for my mental health as well.
Yeah. Yeah, which is so nice. And that's one of the things that we've talked about is, feeling at peace and
Yeah,
feeling,
being in the body. Mhm,
yeah, feeling stable, reducing anxiety, feeling happy.
mhm,
Your vision board, like all of these things are so connected to the journey. So yeah, and I
mhm.
think just blood sugar regulation too,
Oh,
like
that's huge. Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
totally. And just like getting those little techniques like breathing techniques or stepping outside for a moment or just having some
Mhm.
more tools in the tool set to
Yeah.
regulate that side of things too.
Yeah, for sure. So important.
Mhm.
Would you recommend a friend to join Lively? And if so, why?
I do all the time. Yes, I would definitely recommend to join Lively. I think the investment into yourself, into this program and into yourself, um, from everything from like the nutrition side of things to the coaching side of things and just like an accountability program, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
um, has made the biggest difference in my life. And, um, even though we've made so much progress together, I want to keep staying with you because we keep making progress. And I think that's just incredible. That's never happened to me with a program or any other educational tool that I've gotten in life is it just doesn't keep growing like we do together. So I think, um, yeah, I would recommend it hands down to anyone who wants a little bit more consistency, who wants more knowledge about their body, who needs that accountability. It's just the best investment. Yeah.
I love it. Thank you so much
I
for
mean
sharing.
it. Yeah. So
And so fun to have you on today. And here's to many more
yes.
chapters of growth
Should we have a
together.
cup? Cheers.
To you, Chelsea. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.